Hi, I'm Kate from Baby Roots and this is Bear. Hopefully you're seeing this now. The connection went a bit funny just then. Bear is supposed to be napping, but he's got teeth coming through, so that's not happening today. So instead we are heading out for a walk. And I thought before we did that, it might be a handy time to share with you kind of how I get him ready to go out for a winter walk. I have lots of people asking me, is it okay to take a baby, bless you, is it okay to take a baby out for a walk in the winter? Is it okay to take, tiny kids out when it's really cold? And the answer is absolutely. Get on out there. All you've got to make sure is that you are dressing them nice and warmly, and checking on them regularly to make sure that particularly extremities aren't getting too chilly. So in case it's helpful, I thought I'd just share with you what I kind of dress Bear in for an average walk, just getting out for a little bit. Today, it was freezing when I went on the school run this morning. It's now up to about 8 degrees out there, so it's not really, really freezing. But all the same, it's chilly enough to make sure that the kids are in the right gear. So the number one place I start with all the children is with a good base layer. And Bear is sporting some hand-me-downs from his big sisters today. He's in kind of thermal leggings and in a long-sleeved vest, and obviously some socks. And these are 100% wool that he's wearing. You can get other thermal layers too. You can get kind of fleecy thermals. You can get kind of wool blends. Or if you're desperate or they've just had a growth spurt, you can get away with using things like tights, or that kind of thing. And I use tights quite a lot actually, especially for the preschoolers. Hi Adam. And so that's kind of start off with those base layers. Don't eat my hair, mister. Because it's not so chilly out there this morning, I'm just going to put on a woolly cardigan over the top, just to keep him a little bit snuggly, and I'm also using a close wrap sling, so he's going to be getting some of my body warmth as well, so no need to kind of go too crazy. So let's pop this one on, see if Bear's going to cooperate with this. There we go, nearly done. Alright, other arm in. There we go. Let's just do a button up. Okay, so if it was colder out there today, I would probably be putting him in some kind of fleecy layer as well. This is just a high street fleece. You can get some slightly more technical ones too. I'll just pop that on as well, and then if it was really chilly, put the cardigan back on over the top, add some booties. But I'm not going to do that because it's 8 degrees is not that chilly when you're wearing them tucked up tight against your body with an extra cover on too. Also today, Bib, he's teething, he's dribbly, he's coldy. If that gets onto his clothes and he's got it going around his chin, he's going to get really sore really quickly, and chill down as well if his clothes get damp. So it's an idea actually to make sure you've got a spare bib in your pocket if you've got a baby who is teething. Hey, let go that one please. There we go, good boy. Don't wriggle off. Discovering firsthand now why you don't make live videos with children. There we go, he didn't escape, one bib. And then next layer for me now is going to be putting his sling on, because we've got hat and kind of mittens to go, but he hates having those on, so we're literally ready to walk out the door. Before I do that, just going to say, if you are carrying a baby in something a little bit more structured, or something a bit like a baby Bjorn, or we have Ergos, or that kind of thing, or you're wearing a very structured rucksack for slightly older babies, then you're going to need to put them in a bit more layering, just to make sure that you keep them cosy. And the other thing to be wary of is in those kinds of ones, especially if they're facing forwards like this, their legs are dangling, and you're doing all of the hard work, working up a sweat, so they're not, and their extremities are going to get cold quite fast, and we learned that the hard way with Rue first time round. So make sure that you've got them in plenty of layers if they're that little bit extra away from you. And again, if it's windy, if it's rainy, windproof layer on the outside of your extra layering, just to stop them from chilling down, because they chill really fast in wind. And we've had this one for ages. You can get all sorts of different windproof layers. So, right, this is a bit where I hope that he doesn't get too upset whilst I put my sling on. Down you go, mister. Okay. So this is the sling I use most with little babies. It's a Hugabub, which is an Australian one, but you can get some really similar brands in the UK. I never really thought of myself as being a masses of fabric kind of sling person until we had Rue, and she turned out to have reflux and needed to be held pretty much all the time. She just didn't ever want to be put down. And somebody suggested the sling to me then, and I've never looked back really. It took me a couple of weeks to learn how to tie properly. And you know, it's still a little bit of a faff, but it's worth it just to have them tucked up snugly against you, especially when you're outside in the winter and it's really chilly. So there we go. Doesn't take so long to sew. And then baby just goes in, and again. Here we come, monkey. In you go. There we go. Yeah. Let's pull that down there. Tuck that one in there. So up, in he goes. And then I have as well, for this one, something I wouldn't be without, but we came to quite late actually, is a fleecy on one side, on the inside, kind of windproof, water resistant. It's not fully waterproof, but it's enough to deal with a rain shower cover. And actually I should probably show you, it's got elasticated bottom that you can adjust. It can go over pretty much anything other than a structured rucksack. So all those baby Bjorns, all those, you know, all the different kind of popular carriers that there are out there, it just goes over the top. I don't know if you can see, I'm just kind of cross-strapping it over my back. Do it up in a bow. And again, you get pretty adept at doing this kind of thing. And that's kind of it. It's all snuggly buggly in there, and that gives them an extra layer of protection. If you weren't using something like this, then just another extra fleecy layer. Snuggly. And then finally, everybody needs a moose hat. So, hop. There we go. All set. Again, if you don't have the cover for the hands, extra pair of socks, really handy. I haven't really ever got on with using mittens for babies. They seem to constantly throw them off, but a pair of socks, I don't know why, but they seem to stay on their hands so much better. So until they get a bit bigger, I'd say, you know, one of these is a lifesaver to keeping their hands warm. And I think that's pretty much it. And he's going to get grumpy if I stay inside too much longer. So I'm going to head off out for a walk now. So thanks for watching, hope that's helpful, and you can find out more tips and walks and all that kind of thing over at babyroots.co.uk. Okay, bye!